name is Marisa Ariola, and I work at the utility office.
So I feel so bad for you right now. And your name is?
Lucia Gadea, and I work there as well.
Oh my gosh, so you guys are heroes right now, and you're probably villains for a while to a lot of people, right? So I would like to, first of all, apologize on behalf of all the crazy people in Uvalde who are probably blowing up their phones and emails and complaining, like you guys had anything to do with it, right?
Right.
Talking about the big winter freeze we encountered. Sometimes I feel like just me and like 4 people have common sense, knowing that these things happen. We're not always prepared for it. And the people on the other end of the phone don't have the answer all the time. So I know that I was dealing with Jennifer. We talk a lot about getting information. And you guys, as quickly as possible, got as much information to us to distribute, as well as taking care of the Facebook posts and then the Twitter and all that. So I know you guys had a crazy week. Plus, on top of that, you guys have probably lost power in your house too. You're taking care of your little ones and your husbands and cooking meals and stuff. So, first of all, before we get into the good news, how did you guys personally handle it? You know, what was it like on your own personal end here in Uvalde?
We actually had to come in and actually go to work, answer phones on the days that it was snowing, and just to make sure that any citizen questions were answered as quickly as possible.
Now, was it really cold in the office? Did you have heat? Did you have what kind of power did you have? Did you have generators? Or?
Well, thankfully, that side of the city didn't lose any power, so we weren't affected at City Hall in that form. But of course, on a personal level at our homes, we were having to deal with those kinds of issues as well.
So if I was y'all, I'd just be working a lot. I'd be like, look, I'm gonna stay here at the office all day, or I got some heater, you know what I mean? And, that's good stuff. So what was that like with the questions? I mean, you don't have to be too honest.
Well, I mean, we understood that there was tons of questions and people wanted to know. And as information was coming in, we were, providing that as fast as we could. Of course, there was even administration didn't have a lot of the answers at that point early on. Mm-hmm. So we did try to address them as best we could and try to be sympathetic with, because we were all going through the same thing.
Sure, for sure. And I think honestly, it was just a kind of a good test for all of us. I know my observation, I'm gonna get very personal here, is, I think that we in Texas, we talk a big talk. We're Texas tough and we're so bad, but then a little bit of snow, a little bit of rain, we all freak out like in the cartoons where the lady jumps up on the table because of a mouse on the floor. You know what I mean? That mouse ain't gonna hurt you.
Right.
But so I think it put us all in check a little bit. We love Texas. We're proud to be here, but let's be honest, guys, we don't handle the cold very well, all right? So now all that aside, everything's kind of back to normal, but a lot of people are a little worried about the utility bills that they're going to incur if they haven't already. You guys are here to kind of put people at ease, make people feel better about the process that the city is going to take to make that easier, right?
Yes, and basically we're here to let our citizens know that our residents that we are aware of the hardships that we all went through, and that there was a lot of damage that was caused by this. So we are trying to alleviate some of that burden that was caused by this weather. And so we are currently running we have a program in place to hopefully help some of that burden.
And now, before we get into the details of that, I want to say this. I would like to thank the city of Uvalde. I can afford to pay my bills, but I ain't gonna lie. Every now and again, I just plain up forget. I put the bill somewhere. I don't get back to it. Then I get the other version, the late notice, and then I put that one away somewhere when my daughter checks the mail. Then all of a sudden I got a cutoff notice. I'm like, oh man, how did this happen? But you guys hardly ever. I've never actually had a cutoff. So let's be honest. The city of Uvalde is very gracious and accommodating to begin with. I think that most people can say that they probably got a late fee, a late notice that never actually got cut off around here. You guys are looking for a reason to cut people's, water and gas off. So first of all, thank you for that. And go ahead and I guess explain to us the program you guys have implemented, I guess.
Okay, what we're gonna do is we have some forms that you can come fill out. We're gonna review your account and see what kind of adjustment can be made. We did get a lot of people who had busted water pipes. They left their faucets dripping so they wouldn't freeze. And some of them even took in family members, so they had extra water usage that they normally would have. So we'll be happy to review those accounts and see if an adjustment can be made on their behalf.
That's fantastic. I mean, I'm one of the people that I didn't have a pipe bust, but I have family that did. But I did let my faucets run, and I haven't looked at the bill yet because, like I said, I always put them away, and I'm like, I'll get to it later. But I have a feeling it's going to be pretty crazy because I was looking outside my lawn, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much water, and then it got frozen. Anyway, so yeah, so I appreciate that. So what kind of I guess, is there a certain criteria that you're looking for? Like if it went from this level to just unheard of level, you can look at like averages, or is there like some kind of algorithm that we're doing to figure out if people will qualify for this program, I guess?
Well, we'll be reviewing the consumption from the bill of January and February,
Mm-hmm.
and whichever bill is water. We're talking about water dollar amount. Whatever dollar amount is less is that's what they'll be paying, and we'll be adjusting the difference.
Okay.
So we'll be giving credit to the customers on the difference from the lower of the two bills.
Nice. Okay. Kind of. We'll assume one's the average, and we'll ask you to pay that amount twice. Is that
Yes.
essentially what we're looking at?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Now I know that I saw on the Facebook City of Uvalde Facebook page, you guys have posted some information as to how to get in on this. You're asking people to get in touch with you, either via phone or email, or is there a form as well too, an online form? Give us details on how they can make that happen.
Yes, sir. They can go to uvaldetx.gov, and the form will be there. They can print it out. It's all the basic information that we need: is their name, service address, telephone number, if they have their account number, and if they have an email address, so that we can contact them once the adjustment's been, information's been made.
Very good. Sounds pretty easy. Is there anything else tricky? Any fine print there that we need to know about?
No, basically that's all that we need. We just need to hear from those citizens that were affected, and we'll just ask those few questions, and that's it.
So very good. And of course, and if this doesn't affect you necessarily, be sure to tell your friends or family. Be sure to forward that information as well, and let people know that the city cares, and they want to take good care of you and make sure that we've all had a hard enough time. Some of us might even lost work, and of course, this is all on top of the pandemic. So thank you guys for just helping out. I mean, obviously, you people love our city and the people that make it up. While we've got you, since you ladies are both from the utility department, give us a little bit of information about some of your FAQs. I'm sure you guys get a lot of questions, and some of them more often than not. If there's anything you want to get off your chest, or information that you feel like people need to know, that you want to just go throw out a few tidbits out there for us.
Well, basically, how can I pay my bill other than going into the office? Of course, we do have a drive-through. There's an online website that you can access as well. There's a telephone number that you can also call, make payments. And coming soon, really soon, we will have a kiosk right outside or nearby City Hall, where you can just drive through and pay your bill.
Nice.
With credit card. And so, we're trying to make it easier to pay your bill, just getting out there to
Well,
make it easier.
especially in light of the pandemic, where people have different comfort levels,
Yes.
of whether they want to do it in person or online,
Right.
or So yeah, it's good to have different options. So thank you guys. I know that I'm an online guy. I'm perfectly fine with being in person with people, but like I said, I'm always like, oh, where's the bill? Where's the bill? And I get it, and it's good. And here's a little hint or note: if you get the late bill, I don't think the online bill payment information is on there. You got to go to your original bill. I'm just saying, because I've been down that road before.
That's right.
That's my little tip. How about you? Any other cool tips you want to share?
No, just if you have any other questions about the relief we're offering, just call us at the utility office at 278-6616.
Well, again, thank you ladies so much for this valuable information, for your time, for coming up here to join us, and for all that you guys do to make sure we got that clean, delicious, running water here in Uvalde, taking care of us, nourishing us, keeping us strong. So thank you guys so much for stopping by.